JB Cycles with update on February the 23rd. So, what the heck is going on? Well, a lot of mixed signals right now, and I'll show you what to do when we don't know what's going on. So, we entered the bullish pop-up phase of my 4-week cycle. We started a pop-up, but then the market got very hesitant. And it looked very weak, but then we kind of completed the pop. So, yeah, market has done as expected from my cycle. And what's next? Well, we should see some kind of weakness into a 2-week low and then another upswing. Well, we'll come back to that. So, I was looking for a possible topping formation here, but I don't like this as a topping formation. There's too much momentum here. But eventually we will break this trend line and then something will happen to the downside. But when will that happen? So down here I have my 10-week cycle. It can be around 10 weeks or 12 weeks. So I'm not quite sure where. I think we're about in the middle of this cycle. It's possible it's like this or like this. That's my favorite. So let's have a look at my wavelets in the daily data, and it will show what's the problem here. Because as you see, there's conflicting mixed signals here. My blue wavelet here looks like it has completed a low and is now curling up. Is this bullish? Do we have a couple of weeks with upside coming here? I really don't trust that. But you know, it's well, some context. You should see my video from previous weekend. I've been bullish for several months now, and I've been saying that we should stay bullish all of this year, 2024, and don't expect many corrections. Market will probably just grind upwards and scare us, but it will never correct. But all the way here, again and again, I've been kind of surprised by this bullishness. It's all the way it's been more bullish than I was expecting. And you know, if you look for analogs, could be we are like in this position. It's a kind of a similar pattern, or around here somewhere. You know, a condition where it looks like we are about to making a topping formation, but then it's just a consolidation and then we pop up. Or around here, looks like a topping formation and then we got momentum. But I really don't trust this. And what to do in that situation? Well, we will come back to that. You know, I have this very primitive tool here, putting this rectangle at the purple wavelet top, and it says enter your next long position at the right end. So that's in 2-3 weeks. But what we can see so far, what has happened since the wavelet topped? No weakness. And now we are halfway into this caution period. We see no weakness. That's a pretty good sign that whatever happens here, it won't be very bearish. Probably just some kind of a consolidation, and then you enter on your long position again, and then we continue upwards. So very short term, we see my yellow wavelet here. It's topping soon. Yeah. You know, switching over to VIX. Last weekend, the VIX was giving us a caution. It was giving us a signal that the VIX had made a low, and it was about to turn up, and the S&P should turn down. But look now, you know, the wavelets, they can change their minds, and right now the wavelet says it can't see any low, and it suggests S&P, no worries, we'll continue to the upside. So I had this projection, let's see, this one last week, but this one is no longer valid. This signal is cancelled. But yeah, you know, the favorite could change its mind on Monday or Tuesday, and this is back in play again. So I'll keep this in mind. But I have this other projection. It is made from this point on, and that one says, yeah, it's maybe another week with upside, maybe 2 weeks. Let's see. Yeah, maybe 2 more weeks with upside. So this projection suggests the blue one here will curl up, and we will have another 2 weeks with upside. I don't really like that. We are much too overbought. This is too euphoric. Although I'm bullish, I don't like it when markets are very overbought and it just grinds upwards. So what to do? Here's the hourly data Dow Jones Industrial. Many weeks ago I was looking for a possible top around February the 22nd. That was yesterday. And last weekend I said a good selling setup would be a little bit more upside here. And actually we first had some more downside and then we had the upside. So at this point last weekend that was too early for a top. Not a good setup for it selling. But now, you know, my 2-week oscillation is now curling down, looking for a low around Wednesday, Thursday next week. So it looks like a selling setup, but you know, we are right at the all-time high, so we have no bearish confirmations here. So do you sell on a possible top, or do you first look for some kind of weakness? But I'd say this is a signal for go cash, and then look for another long around Wednesday, Thursday. And you have to look, if market has crashed down, maybe you are a bit frightened to take another long position. But if market has held up pretty well for the next 3-4 days, yeah, then we could pop up higher. But when you're uncertain, play short term. The 2-week oscillation is working very well, and it has. Now we have reached the expected upside for this oscillation. So it could go further, but go cash. Wait 3-4 days. So final point. My 4-week cycle, sometimes it changes, it shifts. And last time was around August. So now we have half a year with a stable cycle, but the cycle originates from the solar rotation and the solar activity. And recent days we had a lot of X flares on the sun. And that typically can change my 4-week cycle. So we have to watch out for possible signs that the cycle is changing again. You know, at solar maximum we will have a lot of these solar flares and coronal mass ejections, explosions, a lot of activity, and the cycles, they tend to not being that stable over long periods. So we have to see, but yeah, cycle is pointing down most of this next week. If we don't break down and see real weakness, well, then it suggests up for the week thereafter, and then the week after that down again. So yeah, not much help in this video for you. So market is going up, stay bullish all year, and yeah, I don't like these overbought markets. We need some kind of a pullback here. So yeah, see ya.